right, I am here with Dión Morales, the head of the Gold Squadron podcast. Lots of stuff going on with XWing, with life.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of things to look forward to. So I got a few questions about Gold Squadron. My first question for you is, what are you most looking forward to in 2023 with GSP?
So for GSP, we're looking to continuing bringing live event coverage throughout the United States. I would love to get back abroad. We did that in 2019. It'd be amazing to be able to do that again. But I want to focus on trying to reinvigorate the competitive crowd, make sure we have that live coverage continuously.
How do you feel things are going so far since 2.5 is kind of since we've transitioned to 2.5?
Yeah, so we looked at it. It's a little bit under a year right now since we've really gotten to this rule set, and I think we're back on the up and up. It got revealed in a time where a lot of people's lives were in an unsure state, and I feel like that kind of hurt the initial onset of it, but I think people, as they give it a chance, it's starting to grow. Here at Las Vegas Open, we got new people playing, and if you ever got new people in a tournament, like that means you have other people kind of trickling towards that, right? Because you kind of start kitchen table before you go to tournaments. So that means we have a pipeline. People are coming.
So you inspired me to start streaming XWing very casually on the side. Yeah. You have a killer setup. You've been doing it for a long time. You're considered like the pro, especially in the national XWing stream. The biggest XWing stream in the world. Let's just call it's the world. So okay. I think I'm right. I'm right. So my question for you with streaming is like, what's your favorite thing about streaming XWing? Why have you kept doing it for as long as you have?
The people. I like people. Right? You, people watching. I like you.
But not Jason. not that guy behind the camera.
I like him too. He's all right. Just being able to come to events and interact with people. And for me, I've always been very service driven, and knowing that I'm providing something that people enjoy brings joy to me. That's why I do it, is that it's bringing value to other people, and I'm creating fun.
Have you talked to AMG about Worlds? Is there a loose plan in place, maybe? Can you spoil anything for us, get people excited, or is there a chance? Maybe?
If you release this in 2 weeks, I can answer that question.
I'll make sure that happens. Nick, right. Editor's note, release this later.
So, yeah, we're...
Editor's note.
We are actually going to be the official XWing stream of the World Championships. It's the first time ever.
That's amazing. They're making the right decision, by the way.
Right.
It's a clear choice.
Right. I love everything that FFG did for the game, but I will say there was years where I was just grinding, and while the people who ran the World Championship streams did their best of their capability, I thought our team could have brought it just that extra step, but just because of the experience. We were doing it every 2 weeks, right? Doing it all the time, and being able to, it's our put up or shut up time, right? It's like, all right, we've been working at it. This is our time to really show that we have what it takes to put on an amazing stream for the World Championship. So super excited about that.
From a business perspective too, it makes a lot of sense because they obviously, with the experience and the crew that they have, why not have you guys do it? You have already been doing it. Yeah. So that's a smart decision for sure. Going into the game now, specifically the way the game is right now, who do you think is the strongest pilot? If you had to just pick one, who's the hatchet man right now? Is it Vader? Who is it?
It's a Battle of Yavin Vader.
Battle of Yavin Vader, not Defender. Okay.
No. Battle of Yavin Vader. The point cost allows you to put in a lot of other weapons that just make sense. It makes strong lists. That's why Empire is the most popular faction for sure.
What was it, day one? We had about 30% of the field or so was just Empire. That's impressive for sure. Lots of Vaders out there. What is your favorite scenario as a player?
I think it's Assault. Assault on the satellite array is just that area of control. I feel like it spreads out both lists a little bit more, so you get less jousty stuff. It also gives you more room to maneuver, and going Wii is fun, right? Just being able to move around the board and not having to worry as much about bumping and things like that. Just from a pure fun perspective, I think Assault is my favorite.
For sure. Well, how about the idea that in a perfect world with balancing, they implement half points for every single scenario? That's something that people complain about because there's some points fortressing going on in the game right now. No one shoots at Poe, no one shoots at Boba, no one shoots at Han. Right. So how do you feel about that?
I think, yes, you're right. In a world where there's where it's perfectly balanced. I think it could work. The problem is that it will never be perfectly balanced. I love AMG. They're doing amazing work, but we as players will always find the min-maxing, right? There's people who min-max in every game, and we have those people in X-Wing, and we'll find out what's the best thing and push it to the limit if there was a half points threshold in every single scenario. Maybe, my suggestion is maybe more than one scenario having half points and having it make sense. Maybe it's a future new scenario that would have it, that it makes sense within that context.
For sure. All right. We got just 2 more questions. The next one. Turn 0 placement for scenarios. People ask me to ask this to the people I'm interviewing. Is do you have like a quick tip? Remember we got to do more quick tips. Do you have a quick tip about that kind of setup? But let's just say, just on something that you would use for all scenarios. Is there anything that you try to focus on?
So my first thing is to place them purposefully, right? While one of our best friends, Marcel Manzano, does the flip it and not matter, not everybody is as good at the game as Marcel Manzano. So a way to find an advantage is, are you picking the right obstacles for your list, right? If you're using large base ships, you should probably go with smaller obstacles. Or for instance, if you're a list that you got to make sure that you never get ionized, stay away from gas clouds, right? Make those decisions so that you can try to optimize it. One big trick that I actually learned from Marcel, the one obstacle thing that I'm going to share from you actually comes from Marcel. And he said, hey, take a ship. When you set it up, have it face an obstacle and make sure your ship has barrel roll. That way you have a middle approach, and then you kind of get to choose which side you're going to go on.
I always do that. I love that.
It's amazing.
It's really, really, really good. All right, my last one. Is deep dish a pizza? Do you consider it in the pizza family?
Yes.
All right. That's Dión Morales with GSP. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, Row 6, 626, Chief, and J List, our Grand Admiral patrons. And all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members, thank you for your support. Gold Squadron out.